absolutely delighted to receive the InsurTech 100 Award. It means a lot to the whole team here at Smart Communications. And I think one of the reasons, or there are several reasons, that we were nominated and were lucky enough to win the award. But fundamentally, what we're trying to do is work alongside the insurance companies that we work with to drive fantastic customer experience for the customers that they work with. I think the key drivers that we see across the insurance industry around this area are, firstly, the customers that they work with are looking to have experiences with their insurance companies that are very much like the ones that they may get with consumer plans. People are very used to now having great digital experiences with the companies that they work with. So transforming the customer experience for insurance companies is something we're absolutely focused on, and it's a key element of many of the priorities of the companies that we work with. I think in addition to that, many insurance companies are really seeking to differentiate themselves on the basis of great customer experience in the face of emerging competitors. So again, that focus on great customer experience that we're able to help companies deliver is something that we're very aligned with. As a business, we have a platform that we call Conversation Cloud, which enables the companies that we work with to get much better at interacting and having two-way conversations with their customers, particularly through things like the claims process, where we want that process to be as simple and easy and seamless as possible, to be omnichannel and to be easy for customers to interact with. We want great two-way conversational communications across any channel, and we want to be able to coordinate these experiences from end to end for the companies that we work with. So I think the innovation that we're bringing around the platform we call Conversation Cloud, which provides all of those capabilities, is something that has really resonated with the insurance companies that we work with, and one of the reasons why we were lucky enough to win the InsurTech Award. So I've worked within and run SaaS businesses in regulated industries for over 25 years. Initially in the pharmaceutical industry, running regulated content there, and then into smart communications about 5 years ago. So what I love about this industry is the transformation that we're seeing around the customer experience, and really the adoption of SaaS platforms across the insurance space. So working in highly regulated space, but really driving transformational customer experience is something that I'm very used to, and certainly very excited about here at Smart Communications. It's pretty clear that the insurance industry is going through enormous transformation. Certainly over the course of the last few years, there's been a huge swing toward digital transformation efforts to try to make sure that the experience that they're providing to their customers is as good as possible. I think what we're seeing is a real push towards a move away from one-way static communications and fixed forms into hyper-personalization, two-way, omnichannel, conversational experiences for customers. And they really are very important in terms of driving customer loyalty and satisfaction. I think what we're also seeing across the industry is a fundamental transformation in core systems like Guidewire, Duck Creek, Salesforce, being used to really totally change the back office and the backbone within these businesses. Those are cloud-based platforms. We're seeing a cloud ecosystem being built up around those, of which Smart Communications is a core part, providing the conversational experience that the insured customers need. Fundamentally, we are, I guess, sitting alongside many of our customers and providing those key tools that enable the insurance companies that we work with to transform that customer experience. And actually what we have built is a fully integrated platform of capability that we call the Conversation Cloud that enables the companies that we work with to enrich the data they hold on their customers and create interactive two-way data collection experiences. They are really pivotal when you think about, for example, a claims process where customers can initiate that process through a two-way conversation. So we have capabilities that enable that. We have very powerful capabilities that drive, again, these hyper-personalized two-way conversational communications and transform what would have been static one-way communications into these two-way conversations. And lastly, we're able to help the businesses that we work with fully orchestrate those conversations from end to end. So that Conversation Cloud that I referred to really is helping the businesses that we work with to transform the overall customer experience. Customer Communications Management, actually called it Customer Conversations Management now, or CCM, really enables enterprises to communicate with their customers. So typically what we see is, certainly from a legacy point of view, these CCM platforms allowed companies like insurance companies to create very high volume communications, think policies, billing to the insured customers that they work with. What we've seen over the years is just a huge transformation in the role that CCM, Customer Conversations Management, plays within the industry. And as I mentioned, now what we see is this hyper-personalisation, which is so important for consumers when they interact with an insurance company. That really is sitting at the heart of what we do. So CCM, I think, has evolved into what we now think of as a conversation cloud, this ability to collect, communicate, and then coordinate all of the activity across the entire interaction that a customer has with the insurance company that they're working with. And insurance is really important from the point of view of the companies that we work with. As I mentioned, we work with around 270 insurance companies globally. In fact, we have around 700 customers across the globe, and they span a range of industries, but primarily we tend to operate with regulated industries. So typically other financial services organizations, banking, from a retail point of view, and investment banking, healthcare as well. Specifically, they're areas where customer needs are extremely important and highly regulated around the conversation area, are ones that we work in predominantly, but we also work in government, telecommunications, utilities as well. So a whole range of industries, but predominantly insurance, healthcare, and other financial services. We're going through a very interesting time at the moment, a lot of uncertainty from an economic standpoint, but I think there are a range of different ways in which we're helping the customers that we work with really drive efficiency into their processes. I think fundamentally, right at this sort of headline level, the fact that we're able to really engage their customers better through the conversation is important. That tends to drive much greater loyalty amongst the customer base and ensure that through these uncertain times, there is more certainty. But there are some real specifics as well. If you look at processing of a claim, we've got very clear examples where customers of ours have seen a 40% reduction in the amount of telephone input that's required to help process a claim, because our solutions provide much better ways for customers to collect and provide data around the claim. And overall, 70% reductions in the overall workload associated with the claim process. So I think that element is really important. It allows for greater efficiency across the process. Also through these conversational experiences that we're able to create, things that would perhaps traditionally replace forms within an insurance company, we have much lower claims abandonment rates and application abandonment rates than we'd normally see in legacy solutions. So I think that's another really important aspect for the customers that we work with. We see far lower levels of paper usage. That creates big savings as well. And I think finally, we provide, I think very uniquely within the CCM space for insurance, a pure cloud option for our customers. That's our primary go-to-market solution. And that means that all of the hosting costs that a customer might traditionally have had to incur associated with legacy systems, they go away. So we look after all of that for them and give them the peace of mind that not only are we hosting, but we're managing all of the security for our customers as well. So I think it's multidimensional. There are lots of ways that we help our customers through these, I guess, more challenging times. Absolutely. I think that one of the things that we're seeing as a very clear trend across the industries that we work in is that customers now expect the experience that they have with an insurance company to be as seamless and as easy as the experience they may get with any other consumer customer experience interface. So think Amazon, Uber, Domino's. So customers now really want to be able to initiate these conversations with their insurance company. They want to kick them off at a time of their choosing. They want to do it on a channel of their choice, whether that's SMS, WhatsApp, or any other channel. So very much now the customer is absolutely in control of wanting to initiate these interactions with their insurance company through the channel of their choice, time of their choosing, and do it in a two-way conversational way. So with that in mind, this drive towards omnichannel, hyper-personalization, very strong customer experience is, I think, vitally important to support customers that insurance companies are working with. I think cloud-based solutions are really important. They drive a number of benefits, and what we've seen through particularly the pandemic period is really dramatic change within the transformation efforts that insurance companies are making. So we've often seen core systems transform to cloud-based core systems, and we've seen the systems that they interact with, such as smart communications for the communications with the insured, transform as well. So because these systems are all cloud-based, what that enables is a very connected ecosystem of solutions that makes the customers that we work with much more agile. It's much easier for them to launch new products, to respond to changes in the marketplace. And I think also, if we think about many of the large enterprise insurance companies that we work with, much easier for them to respond to the new insurtechs that are emerging across the market. So I think cloud brings scalability, agility, the ability to respond more quickly to the customers that we're working with. I think the conversation is really critical from our point of view. As I mentioned, driving great customer experience is something that I think all of the companies that we work with across the globe are driving towards. That's one of the key priorities that our customers face. I think if you think about the legacy of these businesses, it used to be the case that to present your insurance brand in the best way possible, you probably go to the most expensive, best print provider that you could find and create static outbound communications that were on a very high quality print, for example, that would reflect the quality of your brand. The battlefield is no longer there. I think that the really critical thing now is that the customers that we work with really want to be the very best at providing great experience for the insured. And that is where customers are really driving great loyalty with the insured customers that they work with. So it's become very, very important to focus on great customer experience, to drive that customer loyalty, to ensure that the companies that we work with are very competitive against other companies in their marketplace and emerging insurtechs as well. I think, as we've spoken about, the key benefits of these conversational experiences are customer loyalty and driving differentiation. So the transformation that companies that we work with have gone through has been really fundamental over the last few years. I think many of the insurance companies that are customers of ours have gone through a big digital transformation effort. I think now the focus is very much on customer centricity and making sure that all of that great work that they've done around digital transformation turns into great customer experience. And we're working alongside many, many companies to help them think about the end-to-end journey that they're providing to their customers. Everything from onboarding to how they think about collecting information during the claims process, to how they create these omnichannel, hyper-personalized conversational communications, through to how they orchestrate that entire journey for the customer. So I think a range of those capabilities that we've worked very hard on alongside our customers to provide are exactly the things that help to drive that great experience for customers and seem to be getting a lot of traction across the market. By bringing cloud solutions into play and creating these ecosystems that we've talked about, so core system transformation, that's communication transformation with solutions like our platform SmartCom, digital signature connections as well. means that a lot of the processes are much more efficient. So we talked a little bit about how we can reduce call volumes through the claims process, how we can reduce the overall time taken to run a claim, the benefits of reducing the paper that's used across a business, and overall to give great experience to customers. So I think all of those things really talk to the agility that cloud solutions are able to bring to an insurance company. And that's why I think so many insurance companies have gone on not only a digital transformation journey, but one that absolutely relies on cloud at the core. So there are clearly enormous changes in customer expectations around great customer experience. And there's no doubt at all that the industries that we work with, particularly insurance, have gone through enormous digital transformation over the course of the past few years, particularly driven by the pandemic. One of the things that we are now seeing is it's really important that the companies that we work with spend time thinking about customer centricity, not just digital centricity. So how do we make sure we put the customer at the very heart of the transformation that we're bringing? So one of the things that we're hearing from analysts around the community is it's important to think about your customer experience from an outside-in point of view, not from an inside-out point of view. So in other words, thinking about how you really take on board the needs of the customer and engage them in how you're transforming the experiences and make sure they're part of that loop. So with that in mind, I think it's really important for insurance companies to really get inputs from the customers that they're working with and think about how the experience looks from a customer's point of view. One of the key elements that we're seeing is it's really important that the conversations that customers have with their insurance companies are customer initiated. They take place in the channel of the customer's choice. They can take place at any time, the time of the customer's choosing, and that they're as smooth and seamless and easy to operate as the experience that customers might get from Amazon, Google, Uber, or Domino's.